Danny, 3 weeks into the head coach role at Bradford Park Avenue, how are you finding the challenge?
Honest opinion, it's been tough. I expected it to be tough just because of the position that the team were in and the problems around that. But it's probably been a little bit tougher than I expected. But I'm not going to walk into a club that's running perfectly well, top of the league. So I've got to be mindful of that, and I'm well up for the challenge. I'm a hard-working individual who's going to give it everything to get this team and this club to where we want it to go ultimately. But yeah, we can only keep fighting. It's getting better. So the training that we've been doing so far and the things we've been working on, especially from the previous game. So we're going to stick to that way. So it will go in the right direction.
As you said, we suffered late defeat last week after holding on to a 1-0 lead for most of the game. You'll have had a chance to look back on that game now. What do you make of it?
Simply still disappointed in the manner that we conceded the 2 goals after being so comfortable throughout the game and dominating large periods of the game and creating a lot of very, very good chances. I mean, they weren't half chances either, they were very, very good chances. So on another day you get a second goal and it's 3 points in the bag, but it wasn't meant to be. But looking back at it, we did a big analysis session on Tuesday before training with the lads, and we just showed them how good they did actually play, because that could be easily forgotten about, because you look to the last 10 minutes or so and that's all they'll remember really. So it was good to show them that, all the good bits they did in terms of the build-up play, the movement, working the ball from one side to the other, and the chances they created. So it just goes to show what they can do, and it's just reiterating that to them and keeping them positive, keeping them calm and trying to build that into the game.
Back in training again tonight as well. How are the players responding to your tactical changes on the pitch?
Really well. I mean, the proof's in the pudding really, so we'll see as we go forward. But based on the last game and what we took out of that and how they played and how they looked, I was very, very pleased really, because obviously it's a process and you've got to go through a process to get to where you want to get to. And unfortunately, that does take time. We haven't got a big pot of money where we can just go and get players from all over the place that'll instantly make us good. You've got to put the hard work in, work on in possession principles and out of possession principles and where we want to take the team to. So ultimately it will take time, but very mindful of that. We need to get points on the board, and we will do if we keep playing like that.
Talking on players and signings, we announced 2 extensions this week. Goalkeeper Tom Scott and midfielder Ted Lavelle, both on loan from FC Halifax Town till the end of the season now. Talk to me about those additions. Yeah,
obviously they came in before I did, but they've been excellent since I've come in. They've worked really, really hard in training. Ted's a fantastic midfielder. He's got all the attributes of a good midfielder who could play a lot higher. Bearing in mind he is only young, he's got a lot to learn, but he's got a lot going for him as well. He's a good size, he's got a great left foot, and his vision and awareness is very, very good. And, Scotty as well, he's done very, very well, and he's been unfortunate in some games. We're conceding too many goals, but that's a culmination of too many chances being gifted to the opposition. So we need to bring that down.
Also, Basembo Namputu joined last week on loan from Fleetwood Town. What did you think of his performance on Saturday?
I thought it was excellent, to be fair, considering one training session with the lads, so doesn't really know the group, doesn't know how we want to play, particularly from that first training session. But he proved what he can bring to the table. He's big, strong, physical presence in the midfield. Got good range of passing, good engine on him. So he fits into the profile that we're looking for.
And also 6'4" striker Justin Iwobi from Halifax Town and defender Ethan Vaughn from Bootle both joining on January 1st. Could you tell us more about them too?
Yeah, Justin's a young boy. He needs to get exposure and experience the lower levels. So he's coming from Halifax as well. But he's got great potential. Again, he's a good size. He's physical. He likes the physical aspect of the game, and he's quite quick as well. So he'll be a great addition, and he played very, very well against Morpeth as well.
And Ethan Vaughn from Bootle.
Yeah, again, he's come in. He's a right-sided player. Great athletic attributes. He can get up and down the pitch, which is what we're looking for in our players going forward, to be able to get up and down the pitch or get about the pitch. He's got good quality from wide areas, So hopefully he can have an impact in the coming games.
Going into this weekend's games, do you feel the squad is where you want it to be at this point?
Not completely. We're still looking. We still need to bring fresh faces in because the position the team are in, and it's kind of like it's been free fall, hasn't it? So we need to stop that. We need to get some new players in who can just inject a new bit of life into the team and into the dressing room, really, because ultimately we want to create a completely different environment to what it has been. But again, that takes time. We need to get bodies in the door who can help within that, because ultimately for me it should have been done at the start of the season after relegation. We should have had a big clear out and then restarted as you mean to go on, but ultimately that didn't happen, and then the snowball effect has continued throughout this season, unfortunately. So we need to stop that and get a few players in who can help us recreate the atmosphere and the environment that the football club we're looking for.
Absolutely. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.